Safe House needs volunteers. Julie Proctor is my guest today. She is the executive director of Safe House, and she's going to talk about some of the positions needed to be filled here at Safe House. Julie, I would like to know, first of all, a brief idea of what Safe House is about. What does the program entail?
Safe House is a grassroots effort that the community came together back in 1994 to address some issues that the City of Henderson was having with domestic violence victims and their children. There were no services for them in this area, and that's how we got started. We saw a real need for having some services available to victims and their children, and that's when we decided to get together and incorporate. And we had a very small town site home at the beginning that was 700 square feet, and today we have an 8,500 square foot facility, and we can house 54 women and children. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got started. Our basic program is emergency shelter and those services that surround the issues of clients fleeing from their homes with their children. So that's the main program that we have here. But we also have counseling for victims. We have counseling for their children. We conduct a batterers treatment program for those offenders that are sentenced by the court to obtain 26 weeks of batterers treatment intervention program, and we offer that also. And we also have advocates to go to court with our clients in case they need to get temporary restraining orders or if they have child custody issues, those type of things. And everything that we do for our clients are free of charge. All of our services are free of charge. Our volunteer program has become really important to us because of the cut in all of the budgets statewide and the feds. So we're kind of shorthanded. So we went back and we started to revamp our volunteer program and doing a training. It's about 38 to 39 hours of training, and they spread it over a couple of weeks. They do a couple of Saturdays. All of our volunteers have to be fingerprinted and do background checks, federal and state, to make sure that they have no charges against them for any domestic violence. And they have to do this before they're actually able to come in and work with shelter clients. We have opportunities here at the main office for volunteers to come in and help with sorting through donations we get through our warehouse. That's a very important position, and we don't have the time to actually do that. There's chance for people to come here and help Helene, our office manager, answer phones, and we do some mailing twice a week, appeal letters that we need help with, stuffing envelopes, things like that. The shelter is always the place where most people would like to volunteer. And that would include working on hotline calls, which we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they would be answering the hotline calls of victims calling in to see if they're appropriate for our services, as well as working with the children in the Learning Center, helping them with homework, and they have a lot of different projects that they do up there. So you've got a gamut of things that you could do. You could work with the children, you could work with actual victims, you could be on the hotline calls, you could help us out here at the main office. We always need extra help.
What would you like people to do if they are interested? Whom should they call? What number should they call?
The best thing to do right now is to call Helene Haas. She is our office manager, and the phone number here is 451-4203. You just call Helene, leave her your name and your phone number, and possibly an email address, so that when we get ready to do our next training, Helene can send out notice to everybody that's interested.